Just a quick content warning. This video is mostly me just responding to comments that I kind of found funny. Some of them might be possibly a little bit offensive or inappropriate, and a lot of them are not safe for work. Yeah, if you like the taste of cock in your mouth. Yeah, like that. Wild Milkman says, "Where is Batman when we need him?" So this is the first one. I look like the Joker. That's the goof here. Mega Accelerator writes, "What's with the not blinking? Trying some basic hypnotic techniques, eh? Creeper." So here's it's an interesting conspiracy theory about me. Am I trying to mind control my audience by not blinking? But I can confirm, as someone who has had to edit these videos and has watched a lot of footage of me, I do blink. I don't know if it's the way I edited it that happened to be coincide when I blinked. I would cut out the footage. I don't know, but I blink. It's something I do. I do blink sometimes. I don't know, maybe I just don't need to blink sometimes, or maybe it's like in trying to explain things, or maybe it's just that like my eyes, sometimes I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. But it's certainly not a deliberate ploy of mine. I don't really give a shit if people see me blink on camera. Elioterish Marcello's writes, "This is the type of clown that makes little kids cry at birthday parties." Thank you. A fella by the name of Kyle Craig writes, "I'm pretty sure you are the Joker, not trans, so grow up and fight Batman. P.S. You'll still get the makeup and actually more. Not the first to say that I look like the Joker." It's wholesome enough. It's innocent, fun. People think I look like the Joker. I get it. I wear a lot of makeup. The Joker wears a lot of makeup. Clowns wear a lot of makeup. You want to know how I got these scars? Digby in the Doghouse says, "I thought your dad was great in Face Off. Get Shorty was shit though." My personal favorite would have to be Pulp Fiction, but you know. The joke is that I look like John Travolta. My father was an actor and a Scientologist. It's not the worst insult. I don't even know if that's an insult. Is it an insult to look like John Travolta? People think he's attractive, right? So, I've definitely gotten that before. People say I look like John Travolta, and my dad actually does look like John Travolta. That was the first time I saw John Travolta in Greece. I was kind of like, hey, that kind of looks like my dad. So, whatever. Oh, here's a fun one. Gaslight writes, "Anyone tell you kind of resemble an androgynous Joker?" Well, plenty of people have. Why so serious? I mean that in a good way. Sexy. Thank you. This is an instance where someone thinks I look like the Joker, but in a good way. I'll take it. Did you make a video about sex drive? I'm curious about your non-binary sex drive.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh. How did our eyes get so red? And what the hell is on Joey's head?
Okay, in all seriousness though, no, I haven't really made a video talking about sex drive. I don't think I really will ever. I'd have to do research if I was to talk about sex drive in general as a topic, libido. I found it funny. My non-binary sex drive. Look, people who are non-binary, they have different sex drives, different libidos. It's not all the same all across the board. Some people who are non-binary have a very high sex drive. Some people have a very low sex drive or no sex drive. And that's fine. And just in general, people, some people have high sex drive, some people have low sex drive, some people have no sex drive, some people have, average sex drives. It's all fine. That's I guess would be the extent of the video, so I don't think it's really worth making a video about. Again, I'm not really going to talk about my own experiences with my own sex drive, my own libido, because it's not really something I particularly feel the need to talk about. I don't think it really would offer that much to people. And it's not really something I want to talk about in my YouTube videos. That's something I want to keep personal. Username. Someone whose username is username and has a picture of Review Bra, Report of the Week. Subscribe to Report of the Week as their icon. Says, you look like a fucking horror character. Ha ha! Thank you. Here's a comment that I don't appreciate. Someone says, you look like Joey Salad.
How fucking dare you?
I'm gonna say only one thing about Joey Salad, because I got a comment on one of my videos linking me to some videos of him putting his penis in hot dogs, putting ketchup on it, just pissing in his own mouth, other charming things. What I would say is I think that I would respect Joey Salads a lot more if that was the entirety of his content. I think that's what his content should be. I think he should stick to pissing in his own mouth, fucking putting his dick in a hot dog, that kind of stuff. I think that would be an improvement to his content rather than making these fake social experiments that are garbage and are just not real and have been racist on many occasions, have been transphobic on at least one occasion. Joey Salads, stick to the pissing videos. Stick to the dick in the hot dog bun video. That's far more noble and quality content. Stick to when you go on the H3 podcast and you have Justin Roiland spray you with pepper spray. Shit like that. You could become a better shoe nice. That's what you could be. That's the best you could be. Stick to that. Don't do the social experiments. They're garbage. They're terrible. They're bad for society. The worst kinds of people on Facebook share your content. It's the SoFlo Antonio kind of clickbaity, garbage, fake content that people on Facebook insist on sharing for some fucking reason. Take the high road. Make more videos of you pissing in your own mouth. User by the name Insane Salamander. By the way, their name was originally Insane Slamander, but I guess they decided to go with a more conventional spelling. I thought that Insane Slamander was just a deliberate choice. Like they were a slamander, not a salamander, they were a slamander. Apparently they decided to change that, though. You look like a child's nightmare.
I'm your nightmare, Insane Slamander, and I'm going to haunt your dreams tonight.
If I had a nightmare as terrifying as you, I'd have myself sectioned. Now, our final string of comments is very interesting. This one just has some interesting twists and turns. This world has become one messed up place. How far can society go with all these different sexual orientations that are now acceptable? Ridiculous. There are two genders for a reason. Say what you will, call me a hater, close-minded, deluded, stuck up, or whatever other insults you have loaded up in your mind. Soon enough, I guarantee you'll wish you had listened to me. Homosexuality, or any other variation, bisexuality, pansexuality, polysexuality, transsexuality is and are all serious sins. Well, who knows? Maybe someday when I'm burning in hell, as I assume you're implying, I will regret trying to live my life in a way that is authentic to who I feel I am, as you think I will. However, if that is the case, I guess I'll just have to keep on enjoying living in a way that makes me feel happy until I face eternal damnation. The only thing I know is it sure beats living a life where I pretend to be someone I'm not, like I used to. There's some people who try to take the approach of trying to use the Holy Bible against the religious person making the argument in the first place. It's not an approach I generally take to take on this kind of thing. When you're dealing with religious people, they're gonna believe what they're gonna believe, and it doesn't really matter if you use evidence from their own book that they believe in. If you are religious, if you believe in the Bible, then sure, make those biblical arguments for trans people or for gay people. When we're dealing with that kind of thing, with the Bible and interpretations of the Bible, it's what you make of it, it's what you put into it, it's what your impression is of it, or what your particular biases are going to inform how you read the Bible. And here's where it gets interesting. I did not say that you would burn in hell, and I certainly don't think that, okay? God still loves you and wants the best for you, and I know you probably don't believe in God and think I'm full of crap. I know without a doubt that he loves you. I'm sorry for any implied hate in my previous statement. I know religious people can give you a hard time. I clearly used to, but we're just very strongly opinionated, kinda like you. Smiley face. That's a motif here, you know? You wanna make a controversial statement seem a little more friendly, use the emoticons. Hearts and smiley faces. They're your friends. I honestly am sorry, my beliefs are not to be hateful towards gay people. My religion doesn't believe that. Mormon. We believe in compassion toward all people, no matter if they do things that are against our beliefs or not, and gay marriage, intercourse, homosexual behavior are indeed against my religion. Does not mean we believe that we should condemn anyone who does these things. It just means if you're part of the LDS Church, Latter-day Saints Church, then you must respect these beliefs. I'm sorry for maybe forcing things on you, but I think the world would be a lot better where everyone respected everyone's opinions in such a diverse society. So in this case, in simple terms, religious people respect LGBT community's beliefs, LGBT community respect religious people's beliefs. Smiley face. Again, smiley face. More twists and turns in this one. For the record, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was a little like, because I went straight to assuming that this person was implying burning in hell, which clearly I guess they weren't. They were very harsh in their initial thing, so I don't know. Thank you for apologizing. Look, I certainly try not to judge people for their religious beliefs, and I'm certainly not going to deride you for being a Mormon. We have different experiences, situations, and predispositions in our lives. That's why we all have different beliefs, different opinions, different desires, and different needs. Sometimes it's hard for us to reconcile these differences, but it's important for us to try our best. The first thing that's important in dealing with difference is understanding that because we have different experiences, there's aspects of each other's experiences we're not going to be able to fully understand. For instance, since I was not raised Mormon, I can't fully understand what it's like to have that faith be an important part of your life. And since I assume you are not queer, you cannot fully understand what it's like to be attracted to people that society often says you should not be attracted to, and or not feel comfortable in the gender role that society expects you to fill simply based on your genitals. So because I have a limited understanding of Mormonism, although I may have some feelings of reservation against Mormonism based on the active role the church has played in the past in helping anti-LGBTQ plus policies go into legislation, look it up, aka Proposition 8, etc., I would not try to make broad statements about the experience of being Mormon. Similarly, because I assume you are not queer, I would not make assumptions about what being LGBTQ plus is like if I were you. Another thing I would encourage you to do is to think critically about the rules and strictures in your religion. People can question certain aspects of their religion without losing faith in it. In fact, questioning religion can deepen your understanding of your faith and what aspects of your religion are truly core to your faith. If the Mormon Church believes that homosexuality and being transgender are sins, you should ask yourself, why is it wrong to have gay sex, or marry someone of the same gender, or identify with a gender that is different from your assigned gender? Is it not possible for someone to have a healthy gay relationship that does not harm anyone? Is it not possible that someone can lead a more fulfilling life if they live it as the gender they feel they are rather than the gender society tells them they are? These are questions you'll have to answer for yourself. I don't know terribly much about the Mormon Church, but I do know that the church has evolved over the years. Take, for example, the fact that until 1978, the Mormon Church did not accept black people into the priesthood. A little Wikipedia link in there. Who knows? Maybe the Mormon Church will eventually adjust its position on LGBTQ plus issues. But even if they don't, that doesn't mean you can't think for yourself about these issues. Whatever you believe about LGBTQ plus issues, don't just ignorantly accept what your religion tells you. Ask yourself why the church takes the positions it does. If your faith is important to you, don't lose your faith, but don't accept your religion's views on issues like LGBTQ plus issues are the only valid views on those issues. And there are plenty of religious people who come from faiths that traditionally condemn homosexuality and being transgender that are very pro-gay and very pro-transgender. And in fact, there are LGBTQ plus people who reconcile the homophobia and transphobia in their religions and still maintain their faiths. Just some things for you to think about. Above all, just remember that when you post a YouTube comment like your initial one, people can actually read it. And anyways, I think that was a good message. I think that I was a little snarky in my initial response. Who knows where this person is and what if their views have changed. I do hope that at least they will consider, like, well, maybe I shouldn't just say something and immediately dismiss people just because they're LGBTQ plus. Maybe I shouldn't, should think twice about that. And I guess that's at least good. Anyways, thank you for watching this. I'm gonna try to make this a weekly thing. Most of these probably won't be so long, but I had so many comments that I thought would be interesting to address. If you want to ask me questions, write it in the comments, or want to make your own discussion points, again, write it in the comments of this video, any of my other videos. Hopefully I'll see it. You can also, especially if you want to do it anonymously, I'll put a link in the description for my Tumblr Ask page, and you can just ask questions anonymously, and maybe I'll answer them on Tumblr, or maybe I'll just see them and put them in a video. Also, Twitter, you can send a message to me on Twitter. I'll put the Twitter link in the description too. So whatever way works for you, whatever way you prefer to contact me. If you want to ask me a question about my thoughts on something or whatever, maybe I'll address it in a future video.
Aaron's gonna read some comments. Aaron's gonna read some comments. Aaron's gonna read some comments from strangers on YouTube. Daddy didn't like that. Not one